Ay, shibal. I fucked up there. I gotta save up to it healing. Okay. Now we gotta jump. We gotta remember we gotta jump. Red attacks mean jump. Alright. Well, that's a good start.
What is that wind up?
Okay. What the fuck was that? Fuck. Ay, shibal. God damn, it's so bad. Ooh. So bad. Really though? I definitely could dodge that. The music's really nice though. Holy shit. Oh my god! I didn't focus. Let's go! Oh my god, there's a leaderboard. No, there's a speed run. There's a leaderboard with timers. You can speed run this game. Oh no. Okay, that's really fun though. Holy shit. Does this game have a release date or something? Crowdfunding life? Wait, crowdfunding? Oh, it was a crowdfunded game. I see. Hold up, let me check them out real quick. But I think that was it. That was the game. Holy shit. Damn. They 300% crowdfunded the game. Good. Good for them. Holy shit. Okay. Can't wait. I don't think they have a release date for this game though, which is unfortunate because I really like it. But that was 9 souls. You know what? I want you guys to fucking... If you guys want to, wishlist the game, please. This looks fucking amazing. Where is it? 9 souls. Or if you guys just interested in the demo, it's also a pretty interesting game. It kind of reminds me a little bit of Hollow Knight, but also Katana Zero at the same time. Because of how snappy the platformer is. No, okay. Fair enough. Yeah, it's really good. 9 souls. Well, let's check out the trailer. I haven't seen it actually. The deflecting system is pretty good as well. It makes the combat a lot more faster than it could be. Interesting. Red candle. But what's up, Raku? How you doing? Welcome, welcome. Interesting. 2023 Q2? Okay, wait, I thought it's already ready to release. Well then. Okay, they even said themselves 2D Sekiro Light Combat. Okay, okay. Okay, dude. I was actually about to say that, but they said that themselves, which is pretty cool. Dude, the art's really fucking cool as well. Hand-drawn environment and or animation and manga. Damn. Can't believe a horror developer can make such a good platformer Souls-like game. Not bad, not bad. Sleepy as fuck, chillin'. How about you, Chief? So we just woke up. It's pretty chillin' as well. Just checking out some new games that's either just came out or coming out, like this one. 9 Souls. Damn. 2023. Fuck. I thought it's about to be released, like, soon. God damn it. It's probably because they're still in the process of crowdfunding. $300% though. 9 million NT. What is NT dollar? It's probably from their company. I'm thinking Red Candle is Hong Kong. I forgot. I might be wrong. Very talented developer though. It's actually the games that actually feels good to play. Not bad, not bad. A Tao Punk. Is that a thing? Tao Punk? Damn. We had a clear goal of combining Taoism with cyberpunk, melding sci-fi elements with Eastern mythology. Yet the actual process of doing so has been challenging. The product has been challenged in the new Kunlun, or depiction of Tao Punk world. I think they kind of nailed it, I'm not gonna lie. A Tao Punk. That's actually cool. Damn. Wait, Taiwan used Taiwanese dollar as a currency? Is that what it's called? I might be wrong. I'm not sure. It's just said NT dollar. I don't know what that means. Hold up. Let me just research this real quick. Taiwan currency. Oh, the new Taiwan dollar. Oh, it is Taiwan dollar, but it's just called new Taiwan dollar. Hmm. Interesting. Interesting. Bam, 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 bam. Okay. Okay. That was fun though. Goddamn. Really good. Let me just put this into Discord real quick. So I think a lot of people should check this out. Like a lot more people should check this out. Including you, chat. Yes, you. Ooh. Okay. What time is this? 12:40? Ah, fuck. I think we can... I do still have one more game, but I don't know. Let me see.
Apex.
Apex? I don't know about Apex. I mean... Is Gara here? Gara! No, it's not here. I think it's not awake or something. We can like chill out a little bit before we end it. It's a little bit too early still. Or yeah, let me just chat Gara, see if he's around. I think I saw him playing War Thunder earlier. I don't know if he's still playing or not. It's time to begin. Oh. Holy hell. Okay. Enough prog metal. Chill out, let's chill out. Yeah, I don't think he's awake. Or maybe he's AFK or something. Bam bam. Cheeky bam bam. Cheeky. How about the vampire game? We could try that. You need to see this movement. What is this?
So recently, a YouTube video went viral on the Japanese player Pito's channel because it basically sums up the reason why controller players want tap strafing gone. It shows this insane octane strafe that if done properly can make you almost untouchable.
Oh my
The reason
god.
this strafe is so powerful is that you can simultaneously juke your opponent and shoot them at the same time. And in today's video, I'm going to be teaching you guys how to do this insane strafe. So the most important piece of advice I would recommend when
I'm an
learning
Octane player.
this strafe is to get familiar with the Asian style strafe, in which you are looking forward the entire time and you are doing momentum shifts with WASD and your tap strafes. So something that's notably different about this style of strafing is instead of changing your direction by looking in a different way, you're changing your direction by incorporating WASD keys with tap strafing. So this is going to really help you guys familiarize yourself with getting this strafe down. So once you guys are familiar with that style of strafe, what you want to do now is tap your W key in between each tap strafe, because this way you can keep your momentum and you can go further left and right. So all in all, this strafe should look something like this. So you're looking forward the entire time and you are changing your direction. And with the gun out, it should look something like this.
Okay.
So I am by no means as good as the guy that does it in the video, but I do have some sort of like a clear understanding of how this strafe works now. So if this video helped, make sure to leave a like and sub, and I hope you guys learned something new.
Wait.
So I am by no means as good as the guy, but I do have some sort of like a clear understanding of how this strafe works now. So if this video helped, make sure to leave a like and sub, and I hope you guys learned something new.
I mean, I kind of know that that thing exists, but I never really seen anyone use it that way. It's kind of very specific. It's like very useful for like close CQC combat. But like very only useful with what's his name? Octane. Dude, okay, listen, if I try Apex right now, I'm not gonna stop for the next couple hours. Oh, what is that? I don't know about the full.
Hey guys, welcome to my Minecraft Let's.
Oh, it's Maxor. Oh my god, this guy.
Hey guys, welcome to my Minecraft Let's Play. Elden Ring, or as I like to call it, Boomer Band, is a fun new hack and slash and bash and crash my car, developed by Epic Games director Hideo Miyazaki with the express purpose of inflicting pain upon the gaijin. In this adventure, you play as the famous video game's protagonist Elden John as he undergoes many trials and tribulations on his quest to fight the entire Catholic Church and kill God. This game is a little difficult. You could call it the Dark Souls of Skyrim. As such, many challenges await the player, and most of it is the work of Satan, as is every game made by the Japanese. Spanning a gigantic world slightly larger than Africa, we will find many secrets, uncover many attractions, and slay the entire cast of the Bible. I've always liked that book. My favorite part was the genocide.
What the fuck is going on?
So we boot up the game and, silly me, I forgot to unplug the keyboard. So my controller can work. Now I'm free to make my character. Our journey begins inside of the Microsoft PowerPoint, the quality of which being so dubious that it resurrects you from the dead. Wake the fuck up, samurai. Of course, this is a FromSoft game, so Spider-Man is here to send us the fuck back. To our tutorial, which is a whole lot of fun. You know, just making friends, influencing people, and providing intuitive solutions to the issue of life. And with that problem sorted, it's time to take the elevator so we can accomplish the impossible and go outside. Welcome everyone to Lingrave, land of trees, laborious bears upon the trees, and this white person.
Tarnished, if you're lost, how about you start by finding some bitches? Stupid weeaboo wearing ass. When's the last time you took a shower with your dirty helmet wearing ass? With your weird ass cargo shorts your mama gave you? Look, what I'm trying to say is, your fit is mid, and you get 0 bitches. Fuck out of my sight before I gotta look at those stank ass vans again.
As per the words of our friendly associate, we proceed towards the castle in search of some bitches. In Dark Souls, we sought after the Dark Soul, and in Bloodborne, we tried to escape Britain. But for Elden Ring, our objective is to get the hose. This is a game mechanic. You cannot level up until you get a girl boss. So with nothing else to do, I guess we'll have to fight this tutorial boss. He's a little like, this tutorial is on how to flee in fear and use geometry. Proceeding to the next batch of enemies, we must forsake direct combat in favor of the stealthy techniques of video game protagonist Rigid Danger Mighty Jungle Noodle, at which point they form a violence committee.
If you're gonna play Blood, it's gonna be content for sure. It's
Try
Polish.
finger, but hold.
Sup, bitch?
What the fuck?
My name is Melatonin, and if I may inquire, sir, I am in need of a quirked-up white boy who can bust it down sexual style, so that I may make him goated with the sauce.
Okay.
No cap. All we have to do now is kill every demigod on the planet.
Every what?
I'm glad you asked. Long ago, this land was ruled by the great Queen Marinara, who pissed off God so badly that he left the fucking universe. Now her power, the Amazon gift card, is shattered, and her athletic scions are holding a contest to see who can die the least.
So God comes back when I
Are
kill
you talking
them.
about Bloodborne?
But you get to keep the gift card. These are the faces of evil, who have all claimed a shard
do you mean by
of the
playing Blood?
card. Some seek glory, others redemption, and one is just really attracted to his younger brother.
Wait, what the fuck?
And after countless
What?
weekends at university, the tarnished warriors are called upon to rise from their tilted towers and achieve one final victory royale. Jake Paul, bastard of the Badlands, the ever-wet skelly sleeper, the crazy caca consumer, and least of all, you, tarnished warrior.
Is there like an opt-out?
Great, I'll send you to my dimensional pocket.
I see.
Dude,
Cool. Welcome to the Round Table Hold, a place to rest,
My
make
eyes.
purchases, and converse with the homeless. Do you sell magic? You know what? I'm just gonna go over here now. I'm in hell. Now, as for our comprehensible friends, we could begin with the blacksmith, but he's a little busy right now. So that only leaves one more person, Fia, the deathbed companion, unique among all women, including my mother, for offering to hug me. Of course, I do accept for gameplay reasons, but what I wasn't aware of was that this one action permanently debuffed my health, and I forgot to turn it off. For the entire game, the effect looks like this. And
The
with that,
entire
I've
game?
reached my limit for human interaction, so it's time to head back. Jesus Christ. To Stormvale Castle, where we can find the first demigod on our list of all people. Our approach begins by moving through the gate. Our approach begins with a battle against the lag beast, but honestly after that, the level is pretty easy. Alright.
this guy have too much
Finally,
time
a
with the
cutscene.
fucking video.
Tarnished.
God damn it.
In search of the hose.
Unfortunately, I hate women. That sounds like a you problem, Chief. I am also homophobic. What? And you are looking pretty gay right now. Hey guys, it's me, Maxwell. Welcome to the first boss. Yeah, he's a little bit dumb. Margaret
You
Thatcher
finished the
is
game with a
very
debuff?
strong, very agile, and very interesting boss. Essentially, his purpose is telling you to fuck off and come back later, preferably when your bones are defragmented from the ass whooping. He combines delayed attacks, crazy combos, and eventually the hammer of God, just like the real Margaret Thatcher when she hammered English oppression into the once peaceful streets of Derry. So I think I'm gonna take the hint and leave. Fortunately for us, young Sheldon Ring is a game with all kinds of activities to prepare and unwind.
That's true.
You know, like killing the fucking dragon, which for some reason is easier, just not too much easier.
Dude, I can imagine his way of thinking is like fucking, you know, what is that song again? Drum and bass genre. Like that's how his thoughts of thinking, like it's the music that's playing right now.
For the next leg of our journey, the now disgraced loser baby resigns himself to living in the woods. That way, he can exist peacefully among the giant bears and, whatever that is.
Greetings, traveler. I am the pitbull of the woods.
Damn, there's a lot of guests in this.
Why are you asking me that?
No reason. Legend has it that at the edge of these woods, there's a well containing the tastiest children.
Okay.
Go there, traveler, and I will kill the infants of your choice.
Okay, this might seem bad, but I know
Blood
a good
sugar.
deal when I see one. Unfortunately, I am blind. Hey guys, it's Maxor here. Welcome to fucking Space Mountain. I hope you like being trapped in Smurf Valhalla because these fuckers don't play around. So to keep things short, this forest is watched over by the spirit of a gentle stag, and my immediate impulse is to kill it. This necessitates lighting 8 fires scattered throughout the sacred grove, or more accurately, sprinting between them while enduring the trials of free acupuncture meets Markiplier jump scare. That is not a sentence I thought was possible, but then again, we do have sentient lightning and, Mr. Krabs. So after lighting the fires at the expense of my life, we devour the necessary peyote to enter the spirit cave. And as it turns out, Bambi is back from the woods and they had a chill.
Why did I edit it like this? Exactly
like
my
this fight.
thought.
He shows me how bad I am at the video game and reenacts my trips to the horse race in 2006. Overall, it is a riveting and accurate portrayal of how fun it is to kill innocent forest animals. 10 out of PETA. You don't even get anything from killing him, just the guilt. So after exiting the hell that is Quebec, we head across Limgrave to the Weeping Peninsula, called as such for its tendency to rain and also the race war. But before we get into that, we've got a few tasks to do, just like Among Us. These include fighting the sapient tree, uncovering chests that accidentally teleport me to the end of the game, and also the bell, which may or may not cause hearing damage when you get close enough. It even contains the rarest of all loot, a woman who tells us the tale of Castle Morn, a fortress that made the grievous mistake of permitting Furfest 2022 in their local Hilton. Except these are not costumes. My brother in Christ, they are misbegotten chimera and you're going to die. So as can be expected, they massacred everyone and started a county-sized race war, and now they're sending me to clean up their human corpse ball pit. Fortunately, just like all issues in life, this one is fixed with a massacre. They haven't invented war crimes yet. I like this level actually. It's pretty short, just like this video. My favorite detail is that they gave crack to an orangutan. Oh boy, it's more animal cruelty. We're climbing back into Harambe's cage and there is no gun. You know, when he isn't converting my bones to sand, this fight is actually easy, mainly because his health is the size of my prefrontal cortex. But even still, I had a great time reenacting the murders I did 2 years ago. And just like this fight, I will not face the consequences. Enjoy this while you can, because because we've got a few more people to talk to, such as D, a man who gives us a fair warning about the dangers ahead.
The village here has been touched by death.
Thanks. As well as speaking to the sentient jar, which you may find strange, but really we are all containers for suicidal thoughts. So after quelling his, our new friend Jar Jar Binks tells us to head east to an industrious land known as Gary, Indiana. You know, it seems like we're going a little bit off the beaten path with this one, but I'm pretty confident. After all, how bad can it possibly be?
Oh god.
What the fuck is that? Oh no. Oh god. Let's go back to the castle. This time I think I'll walk all the way back to Margit. Hey guys, it's Maxor here. Welcome back to the Let's Play. And on this episode, Margit is still hard and a bit distrustful. One might say suspicious. We need to eject him. Margit, more like Marge Simpson. Even with better gear, this is a fight that demands, among other things, awareness and patience. Emphasis on the patience. But most importantly, this fight requires experience. Experience gained through fighting zoo animals, dragons, and even Canadians to squeeze out the narrowest of victories. Just to watch out for the hammer. Really glad we could beat the first boss up 9 minutes into the video. Welcome everyone to Stormvale Castle, realm of the first demigod, Godric the Garfted. And if I can't get to him in 20 minutes, the lasagna is free. Stormvale is a complex, multifaceted dungeon with various paths, only one of which is correct. So instead, we take the side route across the wall, past the knife birds, and into a Chinese
He never
chemical
leveled up
factory.
his
So
vigor.
after cracking open a cold one with the boys, we ascend the political compass until I have authority over life and death, which coincidentally leads us to the castle grounds, and I didn't know they made Irish birds. Colonel, I'm trying to sneak around, but the clamp of my ass cheeks keeps alerting me. Alright, it looks like we're finally making some progress. All we have to do now is get through the, He's quite the handyman, knows how to work with his hands. You could say he's quite the handful. Better use this door to keep him at arm's length. I'm very funny, by the way. Stay tuned for more laughs and gags on The Big Bang Theory, Sundays on NBC.
Oh my god.
I'm sorry, Odie, but I could not stop myself. After all, it was a Monday. And I hate Mondays. Pizza delivery for Garfield? It's called lasagna. Pizza Hut really ought to work on serving giant castles. I work for Domino's. Then it sounds like you could use a bit of a hand, you know, with making the pizzas. I command you to laugh. Do you know what I've gone through to make that joke? In this battle against Godric the Minecrafted, we put our patience to the ultimate test as Grandpa pilots his fucking mass Evangelion straight into the housing market. Much like his titular cat, Godric is a fucking gremlin who attained his abilities by entering Friedrich Fastbear's Mega Pissplex in the year of our Luigi 1987 and then sewed the children therein to his wacky animatronic suit. They call him William Grafton, but besides that, his coordination is subpar since he has to migrate a mosh pit to attack you, and it's quite excessive. Godric holds all of his attacks until the heat death of the universe, which means you have to pay attention to his arm carefully, and that's pretty difficult when he's shaped like a four-dimensional object. I'm finding it pretty hard to keep track of him. He seems to morph around when so we fight him slowly and with attrition, like the Viet Cong, dodging, slicing, and dying until eventually reaching oh god. I guess he didn't need a hand. So to overcome the taxes on his 401k, Godric decides to order a bad dragon to release his inner Todd Howard's The Skyrim. Finally, I have the power to cook all the lasagna I want. Welcome to phase 2, bitch.
Why?
My heart is crazy. You're going in. You will order you. We're ready for the sale of the game.
Oh, fucking Guilty Gear. Let's go.
The Round Table Hold, my favorite location. There's really nothing else like it in the realm of physical science. Speaking of which, it's been at least 3 seconds since a homeless guy yelled at me. Let's fix that without going to Los Angeles.
Hey, people.
Oh god.
It is I, the lore.
No way!
My IQ is the highest among all Reddit.
He got 7!
Did you know Renala of a full moon resides?
Okay, you know what? Never mind. Let's just talk to,
He got 7!
This is worse. Let's, come back to that eventually. Oh, I guess I'm stuck here. Fuck.
He got
Congratulations,
7?
we've made it past the first demigod
Damn.
out of 6.5. I'm sure his subjects will remember him fondly. Remember all those adventures we had together, all those places we
Okay, that's actually
that
cool.
was 10% of the map. I'll probably finish these videos in a nursing home. This is the rest of the game, and wow. I better call Gandalf for that shit because we've got a ways to walk. Welcome everyone to Ligma of the Lakes, the largest swamp that Miyazaki was allowed to build. 30,000 men have already died, and on today's episode, we will be heading to the second demigod on my list of political dissidents. Renala of the Red Lobster, Queen of Caria, for at least the next 10 minutes, resides in the magical academy of Malaysia Lucario. And to get there, we need to head across a biological minefield known informally as the Crustacean Nation. It is here that we face our greatest challenge, the fucking shrimp. I'm starting to think that PETA has a point. So anyways, we head through the gauntlet, past the Octo
yeah, I know.
until I end up in fucking Nipton. But
We need to watch more
most
stuff,
of
man.
the side content. You could say that we don't have the time to hang out. Just know that you can find this area by Google searching Elden Ring Albania. This one is for all my baby girls. I see your comments, ladies, and they make me smile. I'm lurking and I'm stalking when you least expect. So after heading through the ruins of my marriage and killing the white people, we make it to the Hogwarts, only to find that the way is blocked by a mysterious seal. And next to it lies a map which leads straight to the key. Their security is dog shit. This puzzle should be pretty easy. All we have to do is get past the dragon that's waiting there. This game has a lot of dragons in it, so I'm going to keep a count. Just know that it doesn't get easier.
Nope.
So now that we've broken into magical racism land, it's time to enact our revenge upon Chris Angel Mindfreak in one of the most pretty good-ish dungeons of the game, featuring brand new challenges and enemies such as the Spastic Child, this man 30 times in a row, and a homeless guy who helps me extract the blood from my body. Raging Lucario is a fairly linear dungeon with some rather unusual architecture. Now, I'm no interior designer, but why is the entrance to the school a graveyard? Is this America? Anyways, we drive past Ohio as quickly as possible until we end up near the lecture hall. Singular. There is only one in the entire school. I guess they just do it on Zoom. And for today's lecture, what is the dog doing? The answer is stabbing me. This is one hecking Speederino doggo who is frankly an insult to every wizard in the school. Their valedictorian eats his own shit. The gimmick for this chonking pupper is that he combines beast-like aggression with powerful magical attacks, but none was so devastating as when he corrupted my drive, which destroyed this video. The last minute of footage was reconstructed from memory, but besides that, his moveset is varied and intense, requiring expert evasion or just a lot of healing. It really is a shame that his health bar is the size of an amoeba. I guess my weapon's just covered in chocolate. Wow, this is just like my favorite show, Family Guy. So before we take the 30-second walk to the next boss, I acquire some fat drip so I may no longer appear fatherless.
Yes.
Now on our search for a classroom that
So
can't be
levels
rated,
VR
we
are
have
dog,
the
yeah.
stairs to experience bowling in VR. And after learning how to phase through
finally
oncoming
learned.
traffic, we become sidetracked again as I am teleported straight to the Turtle Pope, who wants to sell me things. His existence isn't explained, and I don't want it to be. Only horror lurks behind that stare. Let's move on to something less disturbing. I can't believe I went to college without once seeing Ben Shapiro. I said less disturbing.
Children on the internet.
What is up, guys, and welcome to episode 391 of my Minecraft Let's Play.
This is a preschool, ma'am.
Today we're going to be messaging my underage fans on the internet.
Oh boy. Welcome one and all across to Child Slaughterfest 2002-2s. That's right, this is an American school after all. And in this battle, we're going to be teaching these kids the harsh realities of the hood. Now, I know what you're going to say, and hopefully it's not a police report. Maxor, this fight looks kind of easy, like taking candy from a baby if the candy was their still beating heart. This is accurate. In fact, all you have to do is find the correct one to turn inside out, at which point Renala basically lets you go to town. The reason for this is that we aren't fighting a demigod. This is the demigod's ex-wife, who was dumped after she gave birth to 30 of herself. To some extent I can understand, but goddamn that child support. Kinda feel like I'm doing him a favor.
Good evening, Twitter. This is your boy, Eat That Pussy 445.
What the fuck?
And about like 30 to 45 minutes ago, I beat the fuck out of my dick so goddamn hard that I can't even feel my left leg. My left leg has been totally numb. And my dick has...
I guess there's a phase 2.
This fight is very beautiful. I like it.
Welcome to the real fight. It's still
Too bad
easy.
it's really
4 Dark
easy for a
Souls,
Dex.
which means the challenge is getting anywhere close to her. This fight is essentially Dark Susquindlin if he/them were a good boss, using a vast array of magic, other bosses, and the power of Goku to socially distance your skull from your neck. But even still, it's very manageable if you have any semblance of patience. My editing might tell you something about how I did. 70% of this fight is waiting for my turn. It's like I'm trying to stab Julius Caesar.
Make sure you like, comment,
God
and
damn it.
subscribe so we can take this video to the moon.
So after sufficient damage is dealt, we find out that her second phase has a second phase and its other bosses, including, of course, this bastard again and the actual straight-up pack of wolves. Just make sure that you don't die, otherwise it's back to the daycare. Needless to say, this fight is a visual and gameplay feast, and by that I mean it does not end. The divorce may have hit hard, but it is hitting me harder, so let's do to her life what her husband did to the marriage. Oh, there goes the camera.
Yikes.
I
Brazil!
fucking hate this place. It's making me want to minimize the amount of air I breathe.
Greetings again, Tarn.
Yeah, okay.
What
Seth.
knowledge do you seek that brings you to my domain?
Okay, so I've been to Red Lobster once already. Where do I go next?
Caelid.
What?
You must continue your adventure in Caelid. Is that a problem?
No, not at all. There's nothing wrong with Caleb. Hey guys, needs McTherapy here. Today we're gonna be playing in a Tim Burton land.
Yeah. It's fucked up.
Welcome to Caelid. It's basically made of German bedtime stories. Who can forget such legendary tales as Der Vogel, Der Backpfeifengesicht, and most terrifying of all, Das Kinderschredder. I'm sorry if you speak German, by the way. That's gotta be my least favorite disability. And on today's episode of Amnesia: The Dark Descent, we are invited to a festival and slumber party where the sleep is permanent, all for a chance to face off against the third demigod on my Club Penguin friends list. Starscourge Radahn, captain of the hospice, resides within the walls of Redmane Castle, where every year he throws a party to see who can keep their limbs the longest. The price of admission is just getting anywhere near him, because sometimes life is just a Bulgarian and you are an unstolen car. So we ride, vaguely and in some direction, encountering many horrifying creatures beyond the reach of God and locking myself in the cum dungeon. The other kids laughed at me. They called me Jizzy Johnson, but now it is I who is laughing at them.
What?
Oh cool, it's another dragon, and this one is quite the special encounter because we get to fight him in the volume of an aquarium. He can't really touch anything, otherwise he decouples his existence. Hey, what's up guys, Maxor here, and today we're gonna be gaming on the moon, because that's what this shit feels like. In fact, I heard you like dragons so much that I made an entire part of the map called Dragon Barrow, and I filled it with, you guessed it, an obscene quantity of dragons, because truly we have not fought enough of them. I don't want to be here anymore. Let's put this in the future episode box. So far, we've seen a lot of traumatizing things, enough to give half of all American politicians cardiac arrest, but I've been saving the best for last, and by best, I mean the most evil game design ever conceptualized. The swamp of Aonia lies just within the center of Caelid and contains enough AIDS to make Ronald Reagan sweat. This region, and pretty much all of Caelid, but mostly this fucking abomination, is infested with scarlet rot, which is like poison if it was made of radium, and get this, it's spreading. You can't even use a horse to bypass the radiation, because an NPC just invades you, in the middle of the swamp. It's like I can hear the dulcet tones of the game director laughing at me. For your crimes, I am sending you to the moon. This place is filled with all kinds of new and interesting ways to die, and my favorite lies at the center of the swamp, where we can find Commander O'Neill and his Bostonian ketamine mafia. Surprisingly enough, this is the only thing here that can't kill me. His moveset is so simple it's Amish accessible. You could build a barn around him in the time it takes for him to do damage. Maybe this boss would be better with a second phase, one where he whips out his lightning cock and pulverizes me until I unravel. But you know, that's just a theory. A game theory. Thanks for watching.
Holy shit.
Also, he drops his ketamine needle, which I will now put to very good use. You're a horse, right? We're in Redmane Castle now. This entire level can be skipped because I think the devs realize that Caelid is the actual level. Do you even know how many dogs were euthanized on my way here? Don't worry, you aren't actually missing anything unless you're a big fan of cats, such as life on the Serengeti. So welcome to the Festival of Ramadan. There are 2 attendants in total, and one of them is this guy.
Hello again, Tarnished. How was your journey down the well?
What the fuck is wrong with you?
I'm just passionate about my cuisine. Speaking of which, did you ever find those children I talked about?
Welcome one and Holocaust to Child Slaughterfest 2022. No.
Shame.
You know what? Maybe the jar will be a bit
Lisa called Jaja Binks. Lisa, your humble servant.
Okay, never mind. So with a stroke of obscene luck, we find a mostly sane person who tells us via YouTube Rewind that Radahn is not here. Technically. You see, this castle is his euthanasia clinic, and we are going to pull the plug. I'm sorry, Grandpa. I have to charge my Switch. His consciousness has been gone for several hundred years due to the demigod Molania, who is the Blade of Mikola, by the way, but that is a story for later. Essentially, his mind was eaten by the Scarlet Rot, but this man is literally too angry to die, and we are attempt number 500 to kill him. So, I'm liking these odds. I'm just built differently. Very Will Smith-friendly. Let's, go start the mercy killing. And, why is he so far away? Are those summon signs?
Yeah. One of my favorite boss fights.
Welcome everyone to the open world RPG where I roleplay as the victim, and today we're doing one of the best fights in all the video games. Starscourge Radahn is a big, buff, absolute unit of a boss whose only instinct is recycling your flesh back into the ecosystem. But you are not alone in this battle. There is no limit on how many people you can summon, and if they die, then you can just do it again. I'm sure they won't mind. I have essentially converted the game into an RTS. Gotta fight Raid Boss Radahn in World of Employee Harassment. Now, you can fight fight him alone as a real gamer. But why would you? This is a goddamn festival, and I will not be having sex by myself. Before you can even reach him, Radahn is sniping your ass with the accuracy of my opinions on the internet and firing a frankly suspicious amount of arrows from God. If you want to exercise the privilege of fighting him, you have to earn it. And that is the easy part. Even with summons, you need to pay full attention to his moveset, as his attacks swing wider than American elections and hit harder than a freight train on a semi. Now, you may have already noticed, but that is a comically small horse. It's like I'm looking at Shaquale O'Nale. This is because, in addition to being built like a steel mill, Radahn has the power to defy gravity, which constantly gets him into fights with solar bodies. This man is skateboarding a horse and holding back the stars while killing everyone he comes into contact with, and he does it from the hospice. Radahn is an absolute god among chads, and this fight's intensity lives up to that and then some. And that is just phase 1. Phase 2 starts when he, jumps into the upper atmosphere.
What an absolute chad. You got this.
Damn. Jesus Christ, he is a thick one.
True.
Oh god, I think my Zodiac just killed itself. This is sure to negatively affect the trout population. Won't someone please think about the economy?
Hey, that's actually a good one. Probably because I enjoy Elden Ring. Good one. Actually good. He even got Seth, man. Alright, you know what? Subscribe. There you go. Good shit, man. And this is part 1. Be part 2. I'm confused that Maxwell has merged himself with his editing software. Holy shit. I don't know, man. There's just something about his editing. It's just...
Hey guys, welcome to my Minecraft Let's Play. Elden Ring, or as I like to call it, Boomer Band, is a fun new hack and slash and bash and crash my car. Developed by Epic Games director Hideo Miyazaki with the express purpose of inflicting pain upon the gaijin. In this adventure, you play as the famous video games protagonist Elden John as he undergoes many trials and tribulations on his quest to fight the entire Catholic Church and kill God. This game is a little difficult. You could call it the Dark Souls of Skyrim. As
Seth Star Sector? Wait, Seth Star Sector. My favorite video of him is always the space station. Space Station 17? Was that what it's called?
Illegally harvested kidneys on the black market.
Oh, I remember this video.
Off misery, disruption, and political unrest, and ambushing trade convoys in deep space.
I don't know. I watch a lot of Seth videos. Oh! Oh my god, he also do an Elden Ring video. Okay. 15 minutes. I haven't watched it. Brother!
Hey people. Seth here. The following is highly experimental and may come off as disjointed or schizophrenic. I don't care. Elden Ring, the newest hot release by Hideo Miyazaki of Ghibli Studios, famous for classic animations such as Howl's Moving Mausoleum and My Invader Totoro. From Software have really outdone themselves, as this game features not one, but 2 crustaceans, possibly even more. Unfortunately, I haven't unlocked the ability to swim, so I cannot confirm or deny that. The game begins, and I make my character. His name, Sambubu. His class, naturally, is wretched. I did originally consider prisoner, but I chose not to. I take the key as my starting item, and live to regret it after I get immediate access to a side dungeon and get run over repeatedly by a speeding train. I chose instead to go the other way. After camping a few times, Melina comes by and offers me an accord. I turn it down because I think it's funny. I then proceed to kill Morgott and Godric before I realize I haven't leveled up. How was I supposed to know I had to say yes? Miyazaki, just
He
because
said
I'm
no?
offered the ability to talk to a woman doesn't mean I'm going to take it. I think that's a symptom of bad design. Conversely, I fell for the oldest trick in a book, the warm embrace of a woman's lap, only to find out 100 hours later it's actually a debuff. What did they mean by this? I guess I'll have to consult a 40-minute lore video to figure out the true symbology behind this item description. I tell you, passive storytelling at its very best, especially when half the characters either disappear, die, or start T-posing during your playthrough. This might bother people who believe there's a story, which is the equivalent of finding a bunch of random notes and thinking to yourself, damn, that book was wild. Halo's plot is crazy. Have you not read all the secret terminals? On the bright side, Dark Souls lore channels now have a steady source of bread for the next 4 years. I assure you, you'll know every side character better than your own family. I don't remember which war Granddad was fighting, but I do know Patches. I know that, canonically, he is circumcised. Honestly, I don't judge. I still get to have my wife Ronnie. What I'm criticizing is the involvement of this fat fuck. Celebrated offer, helping to weave the narrative experience? Okay, let's see what this dude wrote. Sunset found her squatting in the grass, groaning. Every stool was looser than the one before and smelled fouler. By the time the moon came up, she was shitting brown water. The more she drank, the more she shat, but the more she shat, the thirstier she grew, and her thirst sent her crawling to the stream to suck up more water. I rest my case. J.R.R. Martin is the greatest author who has ever lived. He has also never finished his books, and so, fittingly, From Software has embodied the spirit of J.R.R. Martin by never finishing a single quest line. Elden Ring is an ambitious platformer, and if you disagree, you haven't played the game, because half this game is jumping with a head start, or falling into a hole, into a canyon, into the place you originally wanted to, but accidentally jumped before doing so, adding an extra foot to the height of your fall, which turned it into a lethal descent. There's nothing I love more than jumping awkwardly off rooftops, but how do we spice it up? Archers. You love archers. They're on every roof, and they've got tracking. And guess what? The sewer levels are back, and this time, they're essential to the plot. Yeah, I'm thinking Game of the Year. Calling the mountain your game, Torrent. Absolute genius. So, anybody Googling Elden Ring Torrent gets a bunch of horse pictures instead. I can't wait until Elden Ring 2 features the popular and beloved character, Kodak Denuvo.
I forgot. I didn't think of that.
So, anybody Googling Elden Ring Torrent gets a bunch of horse pictures instead. I can't wait until Elden Ring 2 features the popular and beloved character, Codex Denuvo pre-cracked no virus. But, why are we here?
Oh, dude. Oh, wait, I gotta take another screenshot.
We're here for the difficulty because we're hardcore gamers. Take it from me. I've already beaten the final boss, John Elden Ring, so I can give a few pointers. Have you ever used a weapon, armor, fast travel, potions, or opened the world map? I'm sorry to say, but you're playing the game wrong. This game is meant to be played level 1 as a wretch, using a single club, no upgrades. If you disagree, I'll call you a casual. If you ever hear someone talking like this, take pity on them, because this behavior is characteristic of someone who stacks no paper and gets no bitches. This game isn't hard, not because it's not hard, but because video games fundamentally aren't hard. You know what's hard? The circumstances of life, getting a degree, having a stable family, being born with a baby arm. You're born and one arm develops normally into an adult arm, but the other is this stunted mini child arm, which stops growing at like 3 years of age. So you're this freakish monstrosity. You'll be known around town as Baby Arm Man, and the only job you'll ever have is baby arm stock photo, because it's harder for them to get a kid to pose for that. It's a lot more convenient to have a malformed monstrosity on standby. Furthermore, I genuinely believe that pattern recognition is a form of cheating. Your Homo sapiens brain is literally destroying the difficulty of the experience by compensatory adaptation. I hope that people consider this in the future and later learn to recognize that the truest From Software experience would be a lobotomite run, where prior to playing, we perform a frontal lobotomy and sever your prefrontal cortex. Sometimes, the only option you have to preserve the purity of your experience is brain damage. Multiplayer enhances the experience. Sometimes you'll see white phantoms briefly appear. These are players from other worlds going through their own journey. Once, I saw a white phantom appear. teabagging a dead NPC. In this moment, I knew I was playing a masterpiece. Messages and appraisal are exactly how Reddit users believe karma works. You upvote, and you get actual physical nourishment from the karma. Oh look, a message on the floor. Maybe someone out there will tell me something useful. Then you open it and read it, only to see dog butthole, closely followed by Fortnite. According to a true story, once upon a time, Miyazaki's car broke down in the middle of a road. This
is
was
actually
during
true.
winter, so no help was to be found, when suddenly 3 strangers appeared out of nowhere, sucked him off, and left without even saying a word. And that's how Miyazaki got the inspiration for Soul's multiplayer. Gameplay, flawless, stunning, effervescent. Just like Bloodborne was a complex allegory for sexually transmitted HIV, Elden Ring is a rich synesthesia between seeing Swampland and remembering Blighttown, or hearing Leyendell long after you've left the capital, because my ears are still ringing from the sound of those fucking trumpets. Actual real critique. No jokes, no giggles. I think every boss should have a steak of America outside the boss room. Generally, this is true, but sometimes I gotta walk. And traditionally, I do not consider cardio as part of a boss fight. Now, the walks are more generous than any other Souls game, but just because somebody chose to take a smaller shit in my rice doesn't change the fact that it's still there. Inside my bowl, steaming up my Tupperware. I would also have originally said that the death screen is quite long, but then I realized it's working as intended. You see, when you die in PvP, you have no option but to watch helplessly as someone spams point down and repeatedly defiles your dead body. My complaints are pretty mild. If, like me, you didn't realize Vigor has a non-linear scaling, it would have helped immensely to know that going 10 to 20 makes no tangible difference, but 20 to 40 is all the difference between taking a blow and getting one-tapped by most of the game. I wish I knew that at the start. Luckily, this game is very...
He fought Radon with that HP?
Getting one-tapped by most of the game.
Oh my god. Chat, level up your vigor. Holy shit.
I wish I knew that at the start. Luckily, this game is very generous with its ability to reroll your character. If you're still paranoid, you can back up your save at no risk. I've done this more than 100 times without issue, and recommend you do the same, because despite what anybody says, there's a million ways to brick your save. I've done it, I can reproduce it, it's still there. Also, easy anti-cheat is a very good anti-cheat, because it's very easy to turn off. My friend may have done exactly that, and more. Tell me, Seth, was he punished? Is he banned? No, some of the later fights have interesting hitboxes. Not like I care. I cheesed through that shit. This game makes you realize the greatest companion you'll ever have is yourself. So, why not make a copy? Lore. Before continuing, we have to stop and talk about the best character in the game. Dung Eater. Loathsome Dung Eater. Ferocious feaster of feces. Devious doo-doo devourer. Dung Eater consumes excrement, feces, shit even. Nihilistic and with a wicked sense of humor. His greatest desire is to eat the poo-poo and of course murder you and defile your dead body. I think there's a lot we can learn from Dung Eater, but as a society, we're not yet ready for that conversation. Builds. There's many builds. Strength is terrible until you realize you can power stance through the entire game and block everything else with barricade shield for 0 stamina. Going strength, unfortunately, puts you at the highest risk group for naming yourself the Black Swordsman and cosplaying as your favorite slice of life anime. If I see you doing this, I'll summon you intentionally so I can kick you for my world. Dexterity. Do you enjoy katanas? How about double katanas, each one longer than the last, using realistic, historically accurate sword techniques from feudal-era Japan? What about epic PvP compilations? Say no more. Get a river of blood today. Intelligence. Some would say a great deal of their enjoyment comes from learning the moveset of every boss. A rhythmic dance between sword, swipe, and parry. A lethal symphony silenced only by death. Others would disagree. I'm confident that if you ask any player running sorcery what's their favorite boss, they'll recoil in surprise and say, I don't know any. I just sit at the back and spam Azure Comet. Faith incantations are very good. Abusing the animation of Catch Flame to cast them instantaneously is even better. And before you say it, I know It's working exactly as intended. You know what else is intended? This. Also, this. And this. My greatest enjoyment of this game, beyond the exploration, the richness of the graphics, and the scale of the world they made, has been abusing every mechanic I possibly can before it gets patched out. And so, inevitably, I have taken to abusing other players. You might call them humans. I call them people who use Moonveil unironically, and thus I feel no remorse for any of my actions. In summary, Elden Ring attracts many different responses.
True.
Some fillet the long shaft of FromSoft endlessly. Others hate it because of their own incompetence. Walking manifestations of a Dunning-Kruger effect, these people believe that failure is not their own and somehow inflicted upon them by the universe. You can't be bad at video games, as video games are merely a subject matter. No, that is a deficit in your cognitive ability, something that likely plagues you in every aspect of your life. In summary, if you're bad at video games, you're bad at life. You've got a smooth brain and a low IQ. Your fate is to be a grunt in the New World Order. And then there's others, like me, who are quietly waking up to the fact that maybe we should have never dropped those bombs to begin with. I guess what I'm trying to say is Elden Scrolls 10 out of 10 garbage. I love it. As always, more content to come, so stay tuned. If you're interested in some merchant multiplayer, password FUGHUNT goes in all fields. First 52 invade get a 15% off their first month of FUGHunters.com, the official sponsor of this video. And now, allow me to conclude this presentation with some calming visuals. Rest assured, most of the things seen here can no longer be afflicted on another human being. A warm thanks to the many members of a Merchants Guild generously funding and
he doesn't really
bankrolling
cover the
these
whole
videos.
thing.
You're all truly wonderful. Have a good one.
Not bad. Still a pretty good video. Holy shit, this is all his Patreon? Oh my fucking god. He's owning. It's not bad, but yeah, I think you're right. Most of the time, Seth's masterpiece are the indie games, basically. Still an enjoyable video. I like it. Oh. I told you I'm here, it's my only route. So you can stick around, cause it's gonna be a thriller. In this world, ain't no other option for a killer. I just gotta get the cash, gotta get the go. Gotta get the cash, gotta get the go. Gotta get the cash, gotta get the go. Gotta get the go. Gotta get the go. Alright, hold on. One sec. Slice, dicing up some mayhem. Gotta keep it light in this dark world of gray and black. But you can get your axe to the back or a slap to the face from the clap of a gat. Strapped to your waist, plastic to your hat. Back, feel the tragic collapse. I'd say it's pretty serious. So maybe you should start thinking, well, it's time to be fearing this. Cause if I keep hearing this, I'ma have no other choice but to leave your whole fam hearingless. Yeah, that's how really real it is. I care about my pockets, not about your feelings, shit. So when I kill you, man, it ain't personal, it's just the only way I still can make a grand. Understand what I'm talking about? Get the picture of what this all about? It's time for you to walk it out. You don't wanna be around when these dogs start barking out. You don't wanna play the target route, cause I don't get paid unless the fucking target's out. That's the way it goes, that's the only way I know just to make my dough. Gotta get the cash, gotta get the dough. Gotta get the cash, gotta get the dough. Gotta get the cash, gotta get the dough. Body for a price, just say so. Gotta get the cash, gotta get the dough. Gotta get the cash, gotta get the dough. Gotta get the cash, gotta get the dough. If it means kill them all, then I won't say no. Shit, you think I'm just gonna sit around and do nothing? Huh. They're fucking monsters out there, man. Somebody's gotta kill them. You can keep your justice, man. I got my justice right here. Gotta get the cash, gotta get the dough. Gotta get the cash, gotta get the dough. Gotta get the cash, gotta get the dough. Body for a price, just say so. Gotta get the cash, gotta get the dough. Gotta get the cash, gotta get the dough. Gotta get the cash, gotta get the dough. If it means kill them all, then I won't say no. Oh, Jesus.
You're a madman.
All right. All right. Yep, that's all I needed, baby.
It's amazing. Calling Hideo Miyazaki at 3 a.m. Hello? Hello? Hello, Hideo Miyazaki.
All right. What is this? Watch Dogs Legion all fill in death with wrench. Okay, I don't know about watching the whole thing. What is it, like the DLC of where you use wrench?
That's sick. Are you seeing all this? She's dying.
You brought a friend. Humanity can endure any natural disaster. We can be safe.
The fuck is this?
Can't stop you. I can't stop you. I don't want to die.
Bastards!
What? Was that a DLC?
Come on then. I don't need no fucking microchip to gut you, filthy bastards! Oh,
Oh wait, this is a Legion. Never mind, I haven't played it. This confused me with Watch Dogs 2.
The cops are coming to take you in.
Oh, I am counting on it, love. Everyone freeze!
Back away from her. Mary Kelly, you're under arrest.
Take me in, Inspector. I'll throw myself on the mercy of the bleeding court. But don't plan on me staying around very long. You lot!
You lot!
I gave you purpose when this city spit you out! We'll be seeing each other again very soon. Stop! You don't think she's gonna let you scum take her white whale?
Who are you protecting? The system or the people?
Promise us. Promise us she won't go free.
Go. I'll take care of this.
Okay. Interesting.
I'm impressed. Think your little resistance is ready to be London's protectors?
We're ready to take you out, at least.
Oh, it's a thankless burden. And the people will hate you for it in the end. Even when it's for their own bloody good.
I think the people know what's good for them.
There it is. DedSec's fatal flaw. Your faith in people. You recruit all types, don't you, straight off the streets. Well, I used to have faith in people, too. I got a good man killed once.
Okay. Alright, what the fuck? Literally playing the game's really confusing, huh? Okay. I think that's enough Rick Andy for now. I'm gonna chill out here, peeps. What is that? Is that a long video?
The thing is, when they hire these very sloppy, useful idiots, like this guy in particular, he makes too many mistakes. And he starts to show what's actually happening behind the curtain. We could see the minders, we could see the news crews, but it gets even worse.
What?
The Chinese government has just screwed up monumentally.
Oh.
So I was wondering, how is it that I could make this wallet look a little bit more, I don't know, hipster, a little bit more trendy?
Sponsor.
So I threw down a couple of coffee beans and put in a few props. But you know what I realized? I don't need any of that stuff. This thing sells itself. Yeah, I still absolutely love my Extra wallet. It really has changed my life as far as wallets go, which sounds a little strange, but you know what? It is a smart wallet. It's fantastic the way the cards pop out when you
Oh, is it ad? Oh, shit.
You
I
know
thought
what?
it's not.
You'll get 20.
That's so smooth. Okay.
This is what happens when you're sloppy with your propaganda.
Alright. Last video, yeah? Last video.
My friends, I highly doubt. Just for my first day here in Xinjiang, I highly doubt that all this false claims about genocide against the Uyghurs, it's not true, my friends. Listen, it's absolutely not true. Here's the proof. The Uyghur people over here are really at peace, man. But when you walk past them with a camera like what I do right now, they kind of look at you weird because there's so many damage done by Western media in this beautiful area that these people don't really like it.
Now I want you to pay attention to these people in the background. Pay no mind to the compromised influencer. He's not of any importance. Look here. Notice these faces, because they turn up again and again. I suppose I need to tell you where this guy is. This is the Urumqi Grand Bazaar. It's an international tourist attraction. It's kind of akin to Disneyland. See, there they come up again. I mean, it's just there for tourist tat. You can buy stuff, and they've got a food hall, and they've got all this stuff you can try out. And this is actually the first stop on any genocide denial tour. I've spoken about it in the past. Here you see the minders again. These are minders. They're following him around, because they're the ones who took him there. They're following him around and making sure that he doesn't go off the beaten path, talk to anyone that he's not supposed to talk to, or do anything that he's not supposed to do. You see, they tried to portray people like this guy as being sort of independent and walking around and just having a natural experience in Xinjiang.
But not really.
However, as you can see, because this guy in particular is very sloppy, you can see the news crews in the background here that are busy filming him and taking photos for the local press. And you can see his minders that are constantly there. You can see the same people turning up and following him and watching his every move. Now, this international tourist attraction, this Urumqi Grand Bazaar, is divided into a couple of areas. It's actually not that big. He's walking around in circles. But never mind the fact that the government minders keep popping up because they're going everywhere with him. I want you to pay attention to this road that runs in between the two sections of the Grand Bazaar. There's a double walkway that I want you to pay attention to over there specifically. Again, same people keep popping up because they're watching his every move. But this double walkway that he in the beginning pointed out as proof that there's no genocide links the one side of the bazaar to the other. So he hasn't even left the tourist site, and he won't.
Me being here, only a few hours so far, and seeing this, happy people, and a well-operating city, I really highly doubt that those claims are true. I am convinced that it's not true.
So is this guy?
It's hard to believe that the Chinese government is that sloppy when it comes to hiring their useful idiots, because we've seen plenty of these compromised influencers go to this exact same spot in the past. In fact, I have a video that showed multiple compromised influencers all going to this exact same Urumqi Grand Bazaar to try and do the same thing, to prove that there's no genocide or no forced labor in Xinjiang. Of course, this is crazy. It's kind of like me going to Universal Studios in the US, walking around Universal Studios and saying, look how happy the American people are. Look, there are no homeless people in America. It's the same vibe, really. The thing is, when they hire these very sloppy, useful idiots, like this guy in particular, he makes too many mistakes. and he starts to show what's actually happening behind the curtain. We could see the minders, we could see the news crews, but it gets even worse. What I'm about to show you is the same influencer being taken by his government minders to a normal Xinjiang home. Okay, Kazakhs living in Xinjiang. I want you to pay attention though. While they're trying to do the usual, let's show the world that the people in Xinjiang are happy and they've got lots of food on their table and everyone just dances for whatever reason. Because as far as the Chinese government is concerned, the only thing Uyghurs and Kazakhs and minorities in China do are wear funny clothes and dance. Because that's all they want to show. Oh, and have big elaborate feasts always laid out on a table. You'll find that in all of these fake propaganda, genocide denial videos.
Right.
I want you to pay attention, though, to the minders, the government minders outside the window looking in. Not only them looking in from outside, but also in the room. You've got two female government minders, one on her phone in the background and one sitting on the bed. Just pay attention.
Ladies and gentlemen, the party is heating up in this ordinary Kazakh house. Woo!
Oh, I saw it. Oh! What the fuck?
That's pretty awesome. Wow, check it out. Wow, they're even moving a table now. Now the party starts, my friends. Woo-hoo! Let's go. Hey! This is cool.
Okay, I saw him again.
That's real Kazakh dance.
I mean, it's traditional dances, you know. Oh, shit. Busted. What the fuck? Yep. I mean, is it even surprising?
So remember that double crosswalk that was being used as proof that there's no genocide in Xinjiang?
Here's the proof.
And no forced labor. Let's just see how close that is to some of these work camps, concentration camps, forced labor camps, vocational training camps, whatever you like to call them. I'm going to put in the coordinates here into Google Earth, and we'll see exactly how close it is. Well, that's really, really far away from that double crosswalk in the middle of a tourist site. How about we take a look at another alleged forced labor camp right next to all the cotton fields? Well,
Holy
that's really far
shit.
too. You know, Xinjiang's a massive province. So if I were to take a car and I were to drive from this, what appears to be
I
a
didn't know
forced labor
Xinjiang's
camp,
that big.
at least that's what it's been reported to be by people who have escaped. And you'll notice there's a lot of cotton fields right next to it, so it kind of makes sense. You've got all these cotton fields and right next to it you have the camp. Let's use that one for an example, because I've got a list of these camps. They're all over the place in Xinjiang, but Xinjiang's massive. So what if I wanted to drive from that camp all the way to that Urumqi Grand Bazaar to see that there's no proof of genocide? Let's see how long that would take. I see, about 15.5 hours odd for me to drive by car. It's not very close, is it? Remember, Xinjiang is massive. And of course, when these paid influencers go to these cherry-picked tourist sites to go show everybody that everyone in Xinjiang is happy, and you tend to see not only the same places but the same faces all the time, like this old man that they all use as a prop in all of their videos, you start to see how despicable it all is. Not only is what the government doing despicable, but the influencers themselves who take part in this genocide denial propaganda, they are even more despicable because they know what's going on. And if they're too dumb or too thick to see what's going on around them, then they have no place trying to tell anyone else about what's going on around them.
I mean, it's kind of dumb.
I hope this video has
from
given
the
you a
start.
little bit more clear insight into how the Chinese government propaganda operation works. It is sloppy, it's very ham-fisted, And the fact that they constantly have to put out videos to show there's no forced labor in Xinjiang means that they're hiding the forced labor and the cultural genocide happening in Xinjiang.
All the West are hoping to do is to destabilize the area of Xinjiang to stop the rise of China.
And they are employing these people who would rather sell their souls for a little bit of fame on the internet than to care about actual real human suffering and human rights abuses.
It's totally normal here. People are nice, doing their job, living their life. Very welcome.
All I can say is that I am utterly disgusted by these lowlives who are helping the Chinese government cover up what's going on in Xinjiang and doing genocide denial propaganda. But you'll find the same people don't only focus on the genocide denial propaganda, they will do anything to further Chinese propaganda, no matter what the current narrative is. So you'll see them backing Russia on this invasion right now. You will see them backing China when it comes to anything that happens on the world stage. With regards to the COVID cover-up, they're constantly saying that, oh no,
There's
actually, it's probably America's fault, and it didn't come from China.
Maybe it was America first to infect the world with coronavirus.
All sorts of nonsense. These people have no morals, and they're basically prostitutes working for the Chinese government. Anyway, I have said my piece. I hope it's given you some more insight into how the Chinese propaganda machine works. Please take anything coming out of China from any YouTuber with a pinch of salt, because they may not report the
100%.
truth. You cannot in China put out a narrative that goes against the Chinese government. So all you're going to see is government-approved drivel, disinformation, misinformation.
I guess they probably
self-censored garbage.
They probably filtered it, if anything, before, like, you know, they make sure all the fucking recorded stuff are like, yes, it's passed, you know. They probably even make sure that, like, all the nooks and cranny are according to the proper things, which is not surprising, honestly. But yeah, this kind of fucking sucks that there are some YouTubers or influencers that's kind of like get out of their way to do that, which is kind of like kind of weird. So I don't know, man. But whatever the fuck this people do, though. It is what it is. But yeah, it is what it is. It's true info. Yeah, I mean, it's not like I'm surprised. Everyone's having 1 year anniversary. Can we? We'll see. Let me look around first. But yeah, I mean, first of all, not surprising. But second of all, it's just kind of like kind of put you in a distaste, I guess. We kind of noticed there are some people that kind of get in their way to do that. Kind of weird, kind of weird. Okay. Holy shit, it's actually 2 a.m. now. Okay. I think I'm gonna chill out of here then, people. People. 7.5 hours. You know what? Not bad. Not bad for an average stream. Considering I'm gonna start getting busy. Well, not gonna be too busy this week. Probably gonna start getting busy like next week or some shit. It kind of depends. But as you guys know, probably no stream tomorrow, because tomorrow is Thursday, so I'm gonna take it easy. But I'm probably gonna be back on Friday as usual. So yeah. But yeah, I think I'm gonna chill you out here. Thank you guys all for watching. Thank you everyone for chilling out the chat till the end of the stream. Thank you Nyinesburn, Saints Flow, Oraku, Gara. Wait, no, Gara's not here. Yua, One Sins, Jigs, Pain, Dredgen, Magma, Una, and everyone else who's lurking in the chat. Who's lurking? The stream open in the background. Thank you so much. Is there a trap? Wait, can you guys hear me? Hello, hello, hello. Habla, habla. Can you hear or can you not hear me? Bum, bum, bum. My internet.
Please cut the
oh
ringing.
my god, Jesus Christ.
Like
I'm Bueno. Thank you for a follow. Appreciate it. Welcome. Unfortunately, we're kind of ending the streamy though. But it was fun. It was a good, pretty goog stream. Yo! What's up, Kling Klong? My brother! Hello, hello. How you doing? What is that shit? It's an alert because you follow the channel. Yeah. You like it? How you doing, by the way, Bueno? And Link Long, who just got here. Although, unfortunately, I'm actually ending the stream in a bit. Can we do da raids? No, not yet, not yet. I'm chilling. Wait. Anita? We could raid Chrono. There's a lot of people though. Boo 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 boo. How is you? Watch. Wait, watch what? What is this? Oh my god, not this one again.
بابا جي بابا جي بابا جي لإكس بوكس سيريس إكس بابا جي بابا جي لبلا ستيشن 5 بلا ستيشن 5 بلا ستيشن 5 إلى لوجيتك 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 إلى هايبر إكس 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 إكس.
Who made this?
هايبر إكس 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 هايبر إكس 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 إلى جيران في فدور ديني.
It's so dumb. It's so dumb. Oh, it's not funny. Shoot him. Oh my fucking god. Every fucking time I get this video. Fortnite lah, Baba J. Okay, is there anything else? Is there anything else before we end the stream? But hey, thank you for stopping by anyway, Kling Klong. Unfortunate timing though. Unfortunate. I usually end the stream around this hours. Like right now, for your information, right now it's 2 a.m. in the morning for me. So if you guys are wondering about the time zone. So right now it's 2 a.m. So in case you want to catch up with me, I've been streaming for 7 hours right now. So yeah, maybe 6 hours, 6 to 7 hours ago-ish, I usually start. So 8 a.m. Eastern Time or 7 p.m. GMT plus 7 is usually when I start. Okay? If you guys want to catch up with me. Usually around this time, I end the stream. But if it's on weekend, I usually keep going. I usually keep going like an hour or two more on the weekend. But on the weekdays, which is right now, because tomorrow I get work, Gotta end the stream because I gotta wake up early tomorrow. But yeah. Thank you for stopping by anyway, though. Appreciate it. Much love. People happy. But other than that, once again, gotta thank you everyone who's chilling out in the chat till the end of the stream. And thank you for lurking, if you're lurking in, with the stream open in the background and all that kind of stuff. Let us raid before we end it. Mr. Chrono Crids is having a 1-year anniversary. Talking about anniversary, I actually don't remember when did I start stream. I honestly, is that a thing? Is that a thing? Is there a way for me to know, like, what is my channel anniversary? I don't think I've ever done that. I've been streaming for like more than 2 years now. I never really know when did I really start the stream. But who cares? Every day is an anniversary with you guys. That's so smooth. God damn it. God damn. Alright, anyway. If you guys want to catch up with me outside the Twitch, you can follow me on Twitter and Instagram in the panel down below, or you can type in exclamation socials in the chat to follow me on Twitter. I usually post my drawings and music, all that kind of stuff over there. Or if you want to hang out with the peeps off stream, you can also check out the panel down below, Discord, and all that kind of stuff. Join in the Trap House channel. Okay? I swear if I ever disappear, I'll just red rate someone every time. It depends. Sometimes I rate, sometimes I don't. It depends if I'm gonna stay around or not. Because I don't want to rate and just like bail immediately. You know what I mean? It's kind of like weird. But yeah. Right now, let us raid Mr. Chrono Crids. Okay. With that being said, once again, thank you guys all for chilling on the chat. I hope you guys stick around for a little bit more for the raid. But if not, that is okay. I'm gonna see you guys on the next one. And as usual, you guys know what to do. If you are a sub, you can spam the shmo rate in their chat just like so. But if you're not, that is completely fine. You can spam whatever you want. The point is to share love to them as you guys share love with me today. Okay? Other than that, once again, thank you everyone for chilling out as always. You know, for having fun and all that shit. I hope you have fun. Not, well, I don't know, man. I'm sorry. Take it easy. You know, take care of yourself. You know, all that kind of stuff. I want to see you guys on the next one. Peace out. Much love. And bye-bye. Spam the small rate.